Hello, this is old Mr. Kent of MrKent.com, and if you noticed, I was sitting right near a pickup truck because I'm checking out the focus on my Air 2S, which was not working right until I made the latest upgrade in the firmware, actually in both the drone and the controller. So they're all up to date on everything now. And so I noticed that it was focused on the truck, and then when it took off, it was focused on the things on the ground. So I think that's working. At least it did again today. And I got quite a few things to talk about on this video, if you want to listen along. My last video, before I flew, they had this leak in the circle irrigation thing, and when I flew it had gone down. But there it was again today, so I thought, well, I'll go up and get a good shot of it. If you'll watch close, you'll actually see a little rainbow in it as I go around it. So we'll look at that, and then also DJI was kind enough to replace the battery that I sent back to them. And they were very easy to work with, but like I said, it took several exchanges of email, and so I got my new battery. But a funny thing happened, because 2 days after I got the battery, I received this package from DJI, and I opened up the package, and it looked like I had a combo. There's the rainbow. I had a combo for the Mavic Air, and so I thought, what's going on here? So I opened it up, and it was empty. So I have this carrying case for a for a drone the size of Air 2S and so forth, and so that was kind of strange. And then also Tuesday. This is this is Wednesday. So yesterday, here in the area where I live in Arizona, we finally hit the 100 mark. So summer is coming, which means I won't be filming in the afternoon unless it's something really interesting. So I do most of my filming in the morning, which is normal for me anyway. What I did here is I came out to see if I could find where they were placing the roof struts on the as I had in one of the other videos. I took it from the ground, and I wanted to take it from the air too, so I keep looking, and they're just not doing it that way right now. It's been all taken care of. So then I said, all right, since we're having a variety here, I'm going to go out and fly over the construction, because this morning, as a matter of fact, when I was on my bicycle ride, we're looking at the road that I came into the, I ride my bike in that circular road around there, and just to the right there, that's where I enter and go in and get into the road and then go around. And I noticed there was some 2x4s and some frames being put together on the other side of that wall. So you can see it there. They got 4 houses laid out, and they've got concrete poured for 2 of them, and then they're putting up the frames. So anyway, I saw that, and I thought, well, I'll fly my drone over there and see what's going on. And then we're looking in the middle of the screen. If you've been following my channel for a long time, that's where I landed, or took off and landed my drone, taking videos of the construction and all that. And then as I was flying here, there was this truck. I'll zoom in on it, and those are the tall ones. A lot of times they tip over while they're trying to empty the load, but he did a fine job. Well, I also want to tell you a story, so we'll watch the video, and I'll tell you a story. In my last video, I talked about when my folks moved from a house with a log foundation and a wood-burning kitchen stove to a mansion, and you might want to, I'll put a link to that at the end, and also in the comments, or in the descriptions. So anyway, So my next few stories are going to be about things that happened while I was living in that house. So let me think now. What was I going to talk about first? Okay, well, we'll talk about when I got into Cub Scouts. I don't remember, I think I was in 4th grade when we moved. And so the school was probably about 10 blocks away, city blocks, not long blocks. And I walked all the way, me and my little sister, and walked to school and walked back. And by the way, I can't get over how they can pump that concrete in that thing. It's got to be a mighty powerful pump. And so they're filling up, they're laying foundation for another house. Anyway, I was in Cub Scouts, and I was a good Cub Scout, and then graduated from that, and I was in Boy Scouts. And when I got into Boy Scouts, we had a Boy Scout leader who had just gotten out of the Army. And he was gung-ho to show us how to camp, and I mean, he was a young guy, and he would take us out and make us camp out in the wilderness, in the woods, and we actually had this one place that he liked, and so we went every time. But it wasn't a campground; it was just a place where you could build a fire and set up tents and stuff like that. And it was up in the woods of the Cascade Mountains in Washington State. So, and that was great. We went, I don't know, every other weekend or something like that. And so then the parents started complaining, and I don't know what the deal was, but they said that he was taking them away from home, and it was kind of sad because then they fired him and they brought in this old guy. I mean, and he had not been camping. I don't know if he'd ever been camping in his life. And so we never went camping. All we did was, let's say Monday nights, we'd have our meeting at the Catholic Church. And then he was teaching us how to march in rhythm and things like that. And so one night I had, and everybody was unhappy with it. So one night I had some brand new tennis shoes, and I think that I've told this story before. And so, he'd say forward march, and then he'd say halt. And then the first time I halted, it was by accident, but my new tennis shoes made a scraping sound on the floor that sounded like somebody was passing gas. And everybody looked around, and so then I thought, well, that's cool. We just wanted to agitate that poor guy. And so then it happened again, and he said, who's doing that, and nobody would say. And finally it happened again, and he looked at me and he said, you can leave now. So I left, and of course it was not much fun to go anymore anyway. So you could say basically that I got kicked out of Boy Scouts because I never went back after that. So anyway, here we are, heading back home again. And boy, I had some other stories I wanted to tell about living in that house, so stay tuned for the next video. I'm glad that my battery works fine, my focus is working good, and I'm having a happy time flying now. And my sciatic nervousness thing is gone. So I want to thank you for watching my videos, and God bless.